So how about that time that an inventor's Demotype broke, but ended up being extremely successful? I'm going to tell that story next. It's Don Skaggs, again with Empowered Inventing TV, where we try to help you help other people by taking your great innovation, the right opportunity, mixing that with sound wisdom, so you, not someone else, know you can turn them into real things like products and businesses. Today I want to talk to you, maybe you've not heard the game or heard the name Nolan Bushnell, but you certainly would recognize his invention because Nolan Bushnell is credited as the inventor of the original video game. So extra credit if you know what else Nolan Bushnell is famous for. And the answer to that is Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater. Remember those? You can use that as cool trivia, amaze your friends, that kind of thing. So anyway, Nolan's first video game was Pong. Does anybody remember Pong? Kids, be sure and look it up. It's very interesting. It's the most simple video game. It was like the precursor to all the other video games. It was two paddles and a ball that went back and forth, and it was like a game of table tennis. And so it was called Pong. So that was his first video game. So he built this thing, and he built his first Demotype, and he actually dubbed it a game on a TV screen, which I think is hilarious. You know, it's a simple wood box painted orange with two silver knobs to control the on-screen paddles, and a metal panel with the words Pong on the front, with the name Pong, P-O-N-G, on the front. And you remember this is 1972. So he built this thing, a wood box with a TV in it, basically. And he took it to a nearby bar in California called Andy Capp's Tavern in 1972, alongside the cheap beer and the pinball machines. And they sat down and they watched two people walk up and start playing it. Put a quarter in, they started playing it. And so they finished playing it, and they walked back to their table, and they walked up to him and they said, "What do you think of that game over there that you just played?" And the answer was hilarious, especially hear him tell it now. They said, one of them said, "Oh yeah, I've played this game before. You know, I know the guys that build these things." Now, he didn't know he was talking to the actual builders of this particular game, and that it was the first one that had ever come out like that particular game. And so he I just thought that was hilarious that they would, kind of brag like that. Yeah, I know those guys. So the owner, 3 days later, the owner calls the bar. The owner of the bar calls Nolan and tells him, "Your thing is broke. Come get it." So Nolan is like all depressed. "Oh gosh, my thing broke. Now what am I going to do?" Maybe he thought it was game over. And so he's all depressed, and he goes to get it, and he opens it up, and he finds out that it was actually, what was wrong with it was jammed with so many quarters it couldn't take anymore. And that was the only thing wrong with it. There's too many people playing it. That's when he knew he was on to something, And so what can we learn from all this? Well, a Demotype can tell you a lot about your customer, and watching them can be very, very exciting when you watch a customer interact with your product. There's nothing like that if you haven't experienced it. Demotypes and small runs can lead to market validation and good initial revenue many times. His next step after this one bar was to build more Demotypes, and he sent them out to other bars, and he got feedback on it, and then to decide, and that helped him decide exactly what features he wanted for a final version of the game when he was actually going to go into a small production run. So, and another thing is they found Pong machines brought in as much as 5 times more than the pinball machines. Now that's a big differentiator there. Oh, look, we're bringing revenue that you're going to get 5 times more than you are from these pinball machines you've got in this bar. So another thing we can learn from it is make your product intuitive. There were no instructions on Pong. You know, it's 2 knobs and 2 paddles, and it said Pong, and that was it. Now, eventually, I think they had some like really stupid, simple instructions, like put a quarter in and play the game. You know, it was like 3 steps of you know, idiot instructions. You know, the Mr. Obvious show, pretty much. But they made it very intuitive, so you didn't need a lot of complicated instructions. So what's your Demotype going to be? What's your Demotype strategy? Have you built a Demotype yet? Do you know the difference between a Frankentype and a Demotype? Let me know in the comments. So if you're looking for more information, though, sign up now for Empowered Inventing's upcoming course, Building a Prototype on a Budget, at empoweredinventing.com. I'm Don Skaggs. This is Empowered Inventing TV. Like, subscribe, help us to build our tribe, and I'll look to see you at the next meeting, workshop, maybe one of those online courses, or on the next video.